There we go. SEO this week. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I know, I'm late. That was weird. Stupid dog. Let's see. Make sure I'm still live. There we go. SEO this week. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I know, I'm late. That was weird. There you go. Perfect. All right. So I was like, so we're attending a meeting, getting a proposal for another agency for a custom build out of a network for us. The interface to essentially it's directories and then having little mini subdirectories, mini sites attached to them and everything else. And we're getting that a quote for that. It's interesting, 35,000 a month, plus a rev share deal beyond the from the leads that we generate after a certain point. And I think it's a pretty cool deal, and it solves a problem that my client and I have been working to tackle fucking 2 years now. So finally we found somebody who can accomplish that. So it was really cool. So that's why I'm late. I want to just push you guys off because for no reason. It was actually a good one, and I kind of had to figure that out. That being said, SEO Neo is out. I don't know if you guys know what SEO Neo is, but it's the replacement for, or the updated version for SEO Autopilot. So if you're an SEO Autopilot user already, you have the lifetime license, then you get SEO Neo. And it just kind of open this back up. You can see the back end, $670 a year or $67 a month. If you have a lifetime license already, you should have been emailed a coupon. You drop it in there, and it makes that $0. But otherwise, $670 a year. That's actually not too bad. $67 a month. I think it's comparable to what I'm paying for Ranker X already, so that's good. I'm glad they went to a paid subscription model and didn't do any more lifetime licenses for Neo. I think it's better because now these guys are more financially incentivized to maintain the software. SEO Autopilot, as you know, was already maintained very well by Elias and crew. But now, just get rid of all of those and have more of a supporting community, I'll put it that way, is good. So check that out, SEO Neo. We'll do an unboxing and just kind of show you everything here in a bit, and you can just kind of decide for yourself if you want to test it. I think it'd be a good idea. Working with Elias as we speak to deal with the license stuff. I mean, there's a Mac version now, which is great, but you can't use things like Xevil on Mac. So unless I installed it in Parallels, and I really don't want to do that, honestly. So talk to Elias, and we were talking about licenses and stuff, and he mentioned that they are going to each license. Before SEO Autopilot used to be for one license for 2 machines. SEO Neo is actually going to be one license per machine. So if you have 2 VPSs, you got to buy 2 licenses. I'm not necessarily mad about that. I think that'll be it's a good thing for them. Again, keep the revenue up, keeps the development up, pays for the development, pays for new features, pays to maintain target sites, all that stuff. So I think it's good. So one license, one machine. So if you know that already, then you'll be good. Let's see, what else do we go before we get into that? Let me share the screen again. See my ugly hat. There's Neo, talked about that. Amplifier. I don't know if you guys know PressCable, that first came out, Chris Munch. I don't know if they merged or Amplifier bought PressCable or whatever, but I have a PressCable account and I had 21 credits in there. And they merged everything over, and so now I have 21 credits for Amplifier. And I had to pay a little bit extra, but this service, as I understand, does more. That said, I don't know jack crap about Amplifier. So if any of you guys have any exposure to this, leave it in the comments below and let us know. Let me know what you think about Amplifier. I clicked around here, some author requests. You can see how long it's been since I used PressCable. 2016. They ported everything over. Let's see. And there's training in here on how to use Amplifier. I just haven't gone through it yet. Support is there. So I want to check it out. Supposedly there's a whole bunch more that this system does, like videos and podcasts and press releases and all that stuff, all built right into one of these for lack of a better term. So I want to check that out. I'm going to log out and see if we can go to the Amplifier homepage and see what it says. There we go. Read a case study, multiple formats, hypertonic get published. 3 steps. You get featured in Google News, Apple Podcasts, LinkedIn, SlideShare, 100 other web platforms. I think this would be really, really good. To me, it sounds like it'd be really good to start off, especially if you're doing like a local play. You just get a new client, you publish one of these things, and boom, here you get this, great results popping, like you would from a regular press release. Market Watch, I probably wouldn't highlight them because that's API driven crap, but okay. Google News, yay. Amplifiers, this video. See here, news articles, blog posts, social media, slideshows, infographics, and podcasts, and YouTube. So I think if you get all of those, and if you're following the 25 to 50 referring domain process we talked about briefly, then looking at the domain list in there, it's 2550. So that would be really good. Ultra specific content, and here's the distribution stuff. See here, AppSense, Daily Moss, Weebly, MySpace. Is MySpace still alive? AppSense it's kind of a small business network, cross promoting and stuff. So that might be interesting. Podcast, SlideShare, Box, Dropbox, SlideShare I haven't found invaluable. I don't know about these other two. And AnyFlip I haven't tested. Those 3 are good. Infographics places, Pinterest. Pinterest loves infographics. Image Shack and Scopely. Let's see, premium distributions, Yahoo, NASDAQ, Bloomberg, and Medium would be good. Market Watch. If you got on the Market Watch website, not the API stuff, then that would be cool. Distribution cost is pretty expensive though, $19.95 per campaign. I have 21 credits now, so $9.95 for that. I have to see how my credits work. This is a lot though. They talked about inside of there. One of the things I noticed in the training was selling amplifiers for $500 to $2,000. If this is the true pricing that I have to pay, that I would have to pay, that seems kind of high. I guess maybe this is if you just jump off the street and go sign up. I'm hoping, but I'll check that out. But if any of you guys have any experience, I don't have any experience with Amplifier, but I had the credits, so I upgraded them, and now I'm going to use them. So if you have any experience with this service and you have some insights, that would be awesome to help me out. You can leave them in the YouTube channel in the comments, or come join the Discord and drop your stuff there. There's shared the link in the chat for the Discord. There you go. Jeremy, I have 1 credit left in PressCable. Looking forward to trying to the Amplifier thing. Yeah, I just upgraded my credits. I had 21 of them. It costs $2,400 something to upgrade them to Amplifier. And it said in the email, I don't know if they're actually going to, but it was an 80% discount. So 21. Hey, let me do the math. I got a calculator. Let's see. 20. No, I ain't gonna work. 2,400 divided by 21. $114 a credit is the upgrade. So you're probably looking around $114, Jeremy, if you do it right now. Let's see. But I've had those credits in PressCable for ages. I keep forgetting about that account. Let's see. What else I got? Oh, this automatic scraping with GPT-4. It's a this is Python. If you want to try it out, and there's a new plugin inside of GPT-4 now. In here, as a matter of fact, I'll just open it up for you. These are the plugins that I'm kind of excited about. Notable is for Python, you create notebooks in Notable. You just write them in here and you create them in Notable. So you figure out your Python stuff and then put the notebook in Notable. I think it's pretty cool. Chat with PDF. Last time I showed you that chatpdf.com. Now you can do it right inside of your interface here with this plugin. Show me to draw mind maps. This is the one I was going to play with earlier, and I got busy, but I think this is going to be dope. Prompt Perfect, help you write your prompts better. Web Pilot, I had this one. This is one of the original plugins that was access available. I'll tell you, I'm doing the content brief portion for the on-page course, and I was writing the SOP for that, and we used myself and one of the members at SIA. I gave him the SOP to feel it out, and Web Pilot was a junk. And then everyone I'd seen on Twitter saying they're having problems with it too. So this might be a work in progress plugin. Link Reader reads all the content, and then you can do summarizations. It's kind of like that chat PDF, but it goes beyond that with links as well. And then Scholar AI, which is another good one. If you're writing a lot of your money, your life content, and you're not using Google Scholar to find your citations, you should be. And then I think this is another good thing to do. As a matter of fact, let's just play with it. Let's go. Scholar AI, unlock the power of scientific knowledge, fast, reliable, peer-reviewed data at your fingertips. We'll do that. And where's that other one that's turned on? Show me. I'll turn that off. Let's see. What are the side effects of meth use? See what it does. I don't know what this. Learning together here. Often referred to meth, stimulant, blah, 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 physical effects. Let's keep letting that go. Might have to look up some documentation, see if there's any around for this plugin and make sure we're using it right. In theory, the way that the plugin says is that this content is coming from scholarly sources, right? So there could be another thing there driving this out versus the typical language learning model. Cite the sources used to create that information. There you go. Now it's using Google Scholar. Or Scholar AI. That's better than the Webflow one. The Webflow one, it says it failed to click. Here are some sources. That's a new one. Topiramate. Have you heard of that one? Dopamine and serotonin. Addiction, dopamine, and molecular mechanisms of memory. The rising crisis of illicit fentanyl overdose. What I'm looking for is when it's done, are these links going to work? When you use the web one, it doesn't work. It makes them up. It tells you right at the end of the prompt, we made these up. So let's see. Well, there you go. Psychiatrist.com. Let's see. Journal of Neuroscience. Cell.com. If you didn't notice, this one had a redirect in it. So don't copy them directly out of this one. I redirect in it to you. Yeah, don't copy them directly out of here if you're going to create citations lists with them. Open the links up and then use that URL. That way, or otherwise you're just defeating the purpose of what you're trying to do. British pharmaceutical anxiety. Yep. So they're all working. So you just got to get the right URL. So that's perfect. That's awesome. I'm pleased with that result. So again, if you haven't used those plugins yet, try the plugins out if you have access. Stop sharing. Let's see what we got here. Katie said he used press release a few times. It was okay for GMBs, but in fact, temporary, not lasting. No matter how much you throw at them, it can post. Never experience Amplifier. Yeah, well, that's not helpful, Katie, at all. All right. Yeah, so that automatic that post the scraping, I'll put that in the comments. I don't necessarily share it, I guess. I could edit it into the let me edit it. I'll put it in the description too, so that people who are watching the recording can see that. Scraping with Python and Chat GPT. That's in there. SI Discord. I'll put that link in there. There we go. Save. Ta-da. All right. Let's see what else. And that's it. I think that's good. All right. So let's do the unboxing. How you guys feel about that? We'll look at Neo. Let me move this around so I can do it later. Share the screen. Neo. Welcome to Neo. This is SEO Neo. If you were a SEO Autopilot user, you know they were been talking about updating and creating new versions, etc. And this is the new version. They finally released it. Elias has been hinting to it for quite some time. I bust his balls every once in a while. Every time he does it, I'm like, yeah, sure, this time it's coming out. But they finally got it, so that's good. You can see it's been around, and he's still, they're still doing things to it, fixing links, fixing blog stuff, general site fixes, translating content. That's a good feature. Proxy download speed tests, refractors, etc. So cool. So I just installed it, and this is a Mac, so it's really, I just dragged it over and installed it. It was that easy. Then you log in with the username and password you created to get into that area where it where I showed you the pricing. Use that same login, and that's your license. And as I said before, Elias said one license for one computer. If you want multiple installations, you have to buy multiple licenses. I think if you're going to do that, I would probably recommend just going with a monthly. That way you can start and stop licenses as needed. Save yourself a little bit of drama in that regards, unless you're a baller and you can buy a lifetime license at once. Let's see. So here's the dashboard. All these are open. Just kind of, I guess I would walk you through the process of setting things up. You know me, I just like to mash buttons every once in a while. So we're just going to click on it. Here's the interface, the folders. I remember this from SEO Autopilot. You just create a folder for your project, like, I don't know, YouTube, or we just do SEO this week. All right. Oh, let's see. Can I rename it? Yep. So if you screw up, you can rename it. That's good. Then you create a campaign in here. Let's go SEO this week, episode 35. Create. And then you select diagrams. There's no diagrams in here, which is interesting. So we create a diagram. Here's your interface for that. Let's see. I'll do social bookmarks. We got Web 20 blogs, authority links, Web 20 profiles, social bookmarking low quality, social bookmarking high quality, wiki, cloud blogs, that's new, profile links, URL shorteners, and PDFs. So these are pretty much the same platforms that were in SEO Autopilot, the original. So let's just do this one and this one. So every time I do write a piece of content, I'll run this campaign in SEO Autopilot directly too. It helps with the 25 referring domains. It helps with indexing, etc. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And this is connecting them. And let's see what this button does. Just a name. Save, delete diagram, import, export. So we'll save. Cool. Diagram editor, campaigns. Here. Create a campaign, SEO, then save. It took me out. This week, episode 35. Select diagram. Next. URL, we'll use the YouTube link. Primary keywords. Percentage, this is the same from SEO Autopilot. SEO this week, episode 35. SEO Neo unboxing. There you go. Easy. Domain is anchor. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. Next. Count templates. I'll have to make one of those, I'm sure. Count buckets you got to make. Content bucket we'll have to make. This interface is new. Tier group. Well, let me go. Nope, I got to fill that stuff out. So I can't do that until I go in here and make all these things. Let's see what content buckets are. New bucket. WTF. What's this? WTF. To edit. Generate. Article builder, easy article, OpenAI, add article, short descriptions. Let's see what this is. This would be for the bookmarks. Short descriptions would apply there. Bios. Profiles, you can use like Content Creator to make those. Rich content. Tells rich content. Oh, images, videos, embeds. So your maps will go there. scraping videos. This reminds me, these three things here remind me of social SEO content machine. Blog details, the old new one, you make the blogs and the subdomains. So that's kind of the same thing there. Accounts, buckets, templates. That's emails. Template emails. Figure that out. Create a template. WTF. That's so I can delete it later. There are no email accounts. So create on domain Gmail. I made that easier. So use Gmail for your catch-alls. Use catch-all. It's already set up, so you're good. That I have to import all those in. And yeah, this is the default one. Let's see what this has in it. Yeah, if you have your own, like you're using your own domains on a Gmail, then that would be useful. But I'm not going to use the defaults. And cloud blogs. Let's see what this does. WTF. Oh, WT. Generate a cloud blog. Ooh, there's pre-existing templates. That's cool. Can you preview it? No. That's all right. Logo, cover image, the pages, put your links in there, contact about us, author information. That's cool. Make a blog name, and then it generates the blog. All right. What's this? Oh, make them, fake them. Call it WTF. Generate the blog. Success. Where did it? Where is it? Where'd it go? It doesn't didn't tell me where it's published. Like, what did it generate? So cloud blogs, WTF. Oh, there it is. Generate cloud blog. Edit. Opens that up again. Not uploaded. I'm assuming that after I put cloud things in there, it'll give you the option to upload. It would be cool if, for the sake of seeing it before it's uploaded, to have a download option. That'd be handy. I'll have to drop that on the list. Let's see, settings. Here's one I'm kind of excited about. I have multiple tools. There's Yax. I have Mega Cloud Stacker, which came way before Yax did. Or you can just upload to these manually. Use the combination of all three of those. I would think that manual is our primary, though. Yax to us just seems like too much. But you see these accounts are pretty similar to what everyone else is using in the cloud hosting phage cloud hosting circles, right? So these are all the accounts for the sake of reading. It's Amazon, DigitalOcean, Vultr, Wasabi, Linode, Oracle, Azure, Google Cloud, Dreamhost, Backblaze, Bunny, and IBM. There's some more like Alibaba. There's one that starts with the N, net something. Those are the two other ones that come up handy that I know of. But really, there's 10 of them. So depending on, let's look in here. I'm gonna look in the cloud diagram editor. Let's look at this. I just want to see. No, you still can't do. You can't select the properties inside of there here. And we can't get anywhere. We can't get anywhere in here without filling out the rest of those things, right? So there's the diagram, settings. I wish I could jump to settings. Let me jump to settings. Did that. Did that. I wish I could jump to settings and we could see the sites list, see if that's possible. If we can do the sites list in the settings and then somehow create a where you could stack those, not publish the same thing to all of them, I think that would be better. So that would be another thing. Once I get all that added, we'll check that out and send that to Elias. I think that would be a good feature to make this, above the game. So you can diagram the cloud sites and then you have, Amazon and Google Cloud and Azure, and then the other 8, is it 8? 7? 7. Yeah, 7. The other 7 pointing to those, and then put some social bookmarks to those 7, or some web 2s, and kind of boost that up and just do the whole tier thing inside here. I think that would be really dope. So that's cool. And as you see, I'm running it on my Mac, so that's awesome. One thing I don't know is one of the biggest complaints I had about autopilot is that when you run it, it goes to whatchamacallit, it goes to takes over your computer, like your control, your copy paste and all that. That was an annoying feature with SEO autopilot, but it's not here in Neo, hopefully, cross fingers. But if it is, it really doesn't matter in my application because I'm not going to run it on my Mac anyway. Maybe when I get my Mac Studio, I might throw it on there to see how much faster it is, but than my VPSs. But I'll have to buy another license to do that. Alrighty, so let's see. Q&A time. If you have questions, go ahead and shout them out. Let's see. Christoph, can this do everything the SEO autopilot could, including the social link building? Looks like it so far. Wish you could stream at 1080p. Yeah, I think it's the limitations of Zoom, honestly. So I do, this is the I do the show and then the Q&A for SEO SIA back to back. And so in the interest of simplicity, stream through Zoom, and Zoom is limited to 720. Sorry. I'll do better videos when I actually get some more time with SEO Neo, making myself and etc. So that'd be cool. Boris, Clint, do you offer consultation for SEO managers? I do. So I have a few console clients that are SEO managers, agency owners. I have a couple agency owners that pay me so that their staff can shoot me questions directly, etc. So pricing is simple. It's $500 a week, but everyone typically just pays $2,000, and then they get me for 1 hour for 4 weeks. 1 hour a week for 4 weeks. That keeps everything simple for me, for them, and then it's kind of no hold barred. We talk about everything in that regards, but that's how I do that. Unless you're an SIA member, and then you get access to me during the AMAs as part of your membership. Let's see. Anything else? Any more questions? You guys are light today. Let's see. I don't see any more. No more questions. Huh. Boring. You're all boring. What else? What else can I do to take up show space? Supposedly the meters for ranking changes were going off. Let's see what SERP we had to say. Woo, signed in. Good, sign in successful. There's woo. Global stats. Looks pretty good. Nothing bouncing around. Little spikes. So the SERP side is good. What's another one? SEO weather. The Modcast. See what Modcast has. There's kind of a spike for Moz right there. This one opens. Yep. SEO weather. There it is. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. 4.6. So this weekend was a little testy, but right now it's fine, according to that. Feature snippets are down, site links are down, marginally at best. Where's maps? Is maps in here? Image pack, knowledge panel. Knowledge panel's up. Instant answers, product searches, indents, local pack. There you go. 0.01. The reason I was looking for maps specifically is there have been some reports that the map packs are dropping out of the search results. And they've lowered its prominence, and then they're not showing it nearly as much. And I think that's, from an organic SEO perspective, that's pretty good. I like that. I like the idea of that. Let's see. So that's interesting. Go back, see if there's more questions. Yes, more questions. Significant link stacking. Yes. Damn it. Thank you, Alex. I will get that I'll get that video made. As a matter of fact, I will not call it a day today until that video is up and published on this channel. How's that? Let's see. Local queries are all over the place the last few weeks. Yeah, I think that's a statement from I'm the root. It is I wonder if they're playing with those more. I know the PPC guys that I've talked to, the standard PPC ads, those ones are getting kind of pushed out by the Google guarantee ads, it seemed, if I understood that conversation correctly. And then from an organic perspective, I see that they're playing it with the amount of directories that are in the listings again, the Home Advisors, Yelps, Angie's List, et cetera. And then it's in turn screwing with the real businesses and the rankings there. So that is definitely something to continue to watch. I think that'll always be in place, though, because they have to balance providing search results with their primary, essentially, ad buyers, which is small businesses. And so if they show only small businesses and you have 10, you essentially eliminate a bunch of PPC spenders. So there's a little bit of money thing that goes around with that local SERP. So you continue to watch that, especially for your keywords, and see if there's directories that pop in there that you can actually do something with, like Home Advisors and Angie's List. It's hard for you as a business owner to do something with your Home Advisors listing. Yelp, used to be easier. I've honestly seen less exposure in the search from Yelp. So I think that's kind of related to that whole playing around. If I can rank my Yelp listing, because Google likes Yelp, and then Google's like, hey, these people are ranking their Yelp listing, we need to stop showing them Yelp, right? So let's see how that all goes around. Let's see. Yeah, something changed. Yeah, this Python SERP scraper stopped working, had to rebuild, work months, no issues. Something changed the SERP format, sign a few changes. So it's an HTML update, which really screws with those sensors, right? So the sensors, as you may or may not know, is essentially their rank trackers, and then they look at compare they have the set seed keywords, and they compare the rankings for those, and then determine the movement, and that ergo determines the volatility, as it were, and the search results. And just them changing, like Christoph noted, he has a Python SERP scraper, and it worked for months, and then it didn't work. And I don't know what he did to fix it, but my guess is he had to go in there and adjust for HTML changes for that Python scraper to read properly. And those SERP sensors have to do the same thing. And if they don't do that in a period of time, what happens is it looks like the SEO is screwed up, when in fact it's actually the SERP sensors are reading the HTML wrong. So that's an issue for all those guys, and that's one of the reasons rank trackers are so wonky, right? So if you have a rank tracker provider that doesn't stay on top of that, you could get you'd be sending reports from your rank tracker telling your clients you lost all their rankings, when in fact it was the rank tracker was jacked up. And I see that more often than not, right? For the agency that the director of strategy for, they use agency analytics, and that thing is a complete turd. And it scares the hell out of our franchisees constantly, because they're really slow to make those fixes. So I use SERPWoo. I've got SERPWoo plugged in. I've got SEO Power Suite's rank tracker going. Nightwatch is really good. And then there's another one, is AccuRanker. So far, those guys seem to do an okay job, but as Christoph noted, they could be working for months and then just change it, and then overnight, and happens to go on with your reporting schedule, and it sends a message saying, hey, you lost all your rankings, and everyone's freaking out till they realize that Google changed something. So that's a good catch, Christoph, to see that. So now you know that there was an HTML change. It'd be interesting to see what they changed in the back end. I know the last time they did it, they started encoding machine IDs. They started encoding entities and that kind of stuff. So see if they did that. You rock. I almost rock, Alex. If I did rock, I would have remembered to do that video last week. But I will get that stupid thing done. Jeez. Let's see. What's your thought about the new Google search, Google generative AI they have announced? I using Bing and using Edge and Bing, and my interactions with the Bing AI and Bing search results, I would expect it would probably be somewhere along the same lines. Information sites, I expect might have a traffic job. However, I've seen plenty of analytics that I've seen where ChatGPT and Bing Chat are referring traffic just fine. So I think as SEOs, it's going to end up being just another opportunity, right? And so it's like Jimmy Kelly and Corey and John L. Sneed, the guy who wrote the semantics book that I'm going through and learning all that stuff. I think it's really valuable to kind of consume that much information about semantics, entities, and topic topical relevance, and then come form your own conclusions and how to properly SEO, air quotes, large language models. And so I think as those systems get better, more people will adopt them. But as they're essentially based off of content that they're reading, and as long as OpenAI, Bing, and Google cite their sources, I don't see that it's going to be as bad to SEOs as everyone's making out to be. The sky is not falling; it's just created another opportunity for us, right? So that's going to be pretty good. As you saw with that one plugin, we did the example of that plugin in the beginning. People are thinking of ways to cite and leverage content that's out there, and that content, assuming that it's valuable, and depending on the prompts and how you use AI, like in there, we just did a research and wrote, essentially asked a question, got answers, and then got a cited list of sources. We could create a good piece of content out of. So if you are providing a good enough web experience to somehow get the attention of whatever crawler, it's common crawl, I understand, for Bard. But you get into one of these data models or whatever, or you have the browser plugin, and your website is, here's my impression of how it's working. If you have a browser plugin, you can go directly to the site, or you have the web flow one. It's in theory supposed to search a search engine, and then you're ranking in the top 10, and now the language model reads that information. I'm assuming that they store, and they're just building on the knowledge base in there. And let's say in theory, you can kind of CTR and just keep referencing your website and your content inside of the AI in theory. And it's always seeing it, it's always storing it, assuming it is storing it. You could hypothetically CTR AI. Don't quote me on that. That's a pure guess. But if I was using a plugin like that, when the chat, what the hell's the name of it? Let me refresh. GPT plugins. I saved it. Plugins, drop down the link reader. If the link reader plugin, you give it your URLs and you ask questions about your content. Let's say you're updating content, right? You give it link readers, you do it, and you go, how would you expand on this? And it's read your content, assuming my theory is right, and they are using that to become accessible, or to build the language model with more and more content, more and more resources. Assuming that's right, in theory, if you had a information site and you were reviewing 100 links, 100 pieces of content for updating, in theory, if that you kept doing that, you would be more likely to pop up inside of as a source, assuming that is not using the browsing plugins like Web Pilot or Scholar AI, for example. Another good play is if you are doing SEO testing, you are now a researcher. So you can sign up to be a researcher, and then you can post your research online, and then in theory get into Google Scholar, and now you can establish that you're in Google Scholar. AI keeps pulling you as a topic or as a thought leader in the Google Scholar, and then that in theory builds your EAT. because you're getting links from the content that's published in Scholar, and then you're getting links from citations being cited in the Bard and ChatGPT. So now you have those links that say you're a trusted authority. And I think in theory, all that stuff would be really cool. So hopefully they that's the way they go. Christoph, regarding the generative AI during the Google I/O, I only spotted examples showing paid shopping ads, no text ads. No way Google will deliver this, so I expected considerably from the demo. I think though that the shopping ads, and I think what you're referring to, and I've seen some of those, is like the images and the products and stuff. I think those actually convert better than text ads for e-com. So in that application, to me, it seems like it makes sense to use those. The CTR would be better. Information sites, information topics that lead to local business, for example. They could probably do the Google ads, but text ads might be a good thing in there too. It would be really cool if they open up their display network to there. You can put banners inside of Bard, for example. That would be dope. Funsies question from Jeremy. What are your top 3 countries to move to if you wanted to do the digital nomad thing? Top 3. I have seriously been looking at Scotland. Obviously more expensive, but the whole British Isles kind of intrigues me, but Scotland just looks like this mix of mountains and trees and the varying weather. So there's one. Costa Rica, the mountains of Costa Rica, not so much the beaches. I'm not really a big beach guy anyway. That is on the Pacific Ocean. I like the Pacific Ocean better than the Atlantic Ocean. So the beaches would be okay, but there's a lot of tourists and beaches. But the mountains of Costa Rica, I knew a few people lived up in the mountains, and you see their houses and stuff. And I was like, that's where that would be freaking awesome to have a house, or a villa on top of a mountain, and the clouds roll in, and your house is in the clouds, and the sun's going, and sometimes the clouds are below the house, and you can see the sunrise and sunset, and all the colors that go along with that. I think that would be dope. And then 3 would be Australia, probably more in the rainforest part of Australia, not the desert part. I mean, I live in Yuma, Arizona. I think I've had enough desert. But the rainforest parts of Australia would be pretty dope. So those would be my top 3 countries: Scotland, Costa Rica, and Australia. The one that probably would be more likely to happen than the rest of them would probably be Costa Rica, just because it's cheaper. And then honorable mention, New Zealand. The guy who I partner with to make rank gear, he used to live there. He's in Turkey now, but he has a place in New Zealand. I've been in Scotland. It's like a fairy tale. See, that'd be awesome, Boris. I mean, that'd be cool. I've been to England, but I've never been to, and I've been to Ireland if you count Shannon Airport. So I've been, but I never saw a lot of Ireland. But I've never set foot in Scotland. So I think that would be nice. That would be cool. Reminds me, I got to renew my passport. Thanks for the reminder. So 2 things to do now: significant link video and renew my passport. What else? No more questions? You guys are light today. You're taking it easy on me. I appreciate you for that. If you follow on Facebook, you know that I kind of joined the crowd inside of Corey's group. I'm like, hey, this shit's overly technical. A lot of people were not getting answered, and finally I was like, yeah, he's not answering us, so he can sell, but he's selling this fucking mastermind. And so I came to the only conclusion that I think was reasonable, is that he's keeping it that high and that technical, and he's not answering questions clearly and helping people connect the dots between terminologies, etc. And I said as much. He's doing it to sell the mastermind. And from a marketer's perspective, that makes kind of sense. But from a want to build lifetime customers approach, and use this for everybody. This isn't just picking on Corey. However, if you are, let's say you sell a course, you pay me money for the schema course, for example. The implication is that I'm going to be around to answer questions. And how did I facilitate that? I created a schema. I have a website that has essentially like a community feel to it. Nobody uses that, by the way. I'm dumping that community thing, but it's there and it sends me messages when people ask questions. And then I also have a Slack. Everyone who bought that course is in the Slack and they can send me messages. Or if they buy SIA, for example, they all know they're the Discord. You can reach out to me and send me messages. And I have plenty of people who are in SIA who just don't want to use chat things, and they message me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, right? And so there's an implication there that, hey, I'm going to be available, and this is the information that I sold. This is the information that you bought, and you want some clarification, that you should be able to say, hey, you should be able to ask for that freely and get a plain, clear English, detailed explanation. It's not a situation where you gave me money and now you owed me kind of thing, right? It's a reasonable expectation. So anyway, I didn't say all of that, but I did say, hey, this is why it's overcomplicated, so we can sell the private coaching and the mastermind. Apparently that totally upset him, and it was slanderous, and so he kicked me out of the paid groups. And then so I called him out for it on Facebook. So you can read all of that whole drama, but I mean, so that's the end of the Corey crowd, right? Corey thing. I think personally, you guys watched the last two shows, that it's a okay course. I think that if you're reading those patents and stuff and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? That it's a partially good tool. The course, Corey's course, is a partially good tool to get a better understanding about the systems that they're talking about in the patents. And I think that the idea of topical maps is smart. And I think the way he's answering questions, answer the question directly in the first sentence, cite the source in the second. Smart. But as a I don't know, course owner, creator myself, and person that purchases courses, I think it's just like, and he asked for suggestions, people give him suggestions to kick them out. So if you have not bought it yet, and you're a person that likes to give suggestions, or you're just not, you like to ask questions, for example, and you want to get answers, then maybe that's not the right course for you. I thought about just kind of creating another, like a little group, like the Corey users, disgruntled users group. Right, so we can get together and put that information. It's good information. There's plenty of things to test. You guys have all seen my notes, and I got 36 pages of notes from that course. There's plenty of stuff to test. There's plenty of theory. And I think as a to build upon that and get a good ROI for that course, I don't have the problem putting together a group of people who bought it. And so I'm not giving out his stuff, right? People who bought it, and we could combine notes and try to, if anything, improve on what he's doing, and combine that with stuff that, like, I got from Jimmy Kelly, combine that from my studies in semantics, And they combine that with the stuff that we learned from Cora and Surfer and Page Optimizer Pro and how those guys are doing things, and Phrase, and put it all together into some systems that would actually be useful and not be written in academic blah blah blah. So we'll see how that goes. Charles Taylor Fox, I'm testing out significant. Can we place multiple links in significant link field or rest of use significant links? It seems like significant link will follow multiple URLs. I think it will, Charles. However, the way I look at it is my significant link would be the money page. Let me do this. Let me stop share. This would be good prep for actually making that video anyway. Whiteboard. New whiteboard. No, presenting open board. All right, so here's how I do it. So you have your money page. This is your primary one, and then supporting pages. 1, 2, 3, right? Significant link, the singular one, significant link on all 3 of these supporting pages will go to, I should have used a pen. We'll go to here. Okay, they'll go to your money page. Significant links, the plural one, on this one will go to, this one will go to here and to here. Okay. This one obviously will link to here and to here. And this one will link to here and to here. So you're essentially replicating your silo using those 2 different things. Hey, Google, the most significant link on my site is my money page. On this page is my money page. Other significant links are these supporting silo pages. Think about it that way. You're having a conversation with the search engine. That's how I would do that. You can, under the guidelines of schema, put all of them in significant link, but I think that this is using it in a much more intentional and targeted way, especially when you're replicating your silos. So hopefully that makes sense, Charles, I'm sorry. Close whiteboard. Let's see. What is the easiest way to build 25 cloud stack links to your tier 1? Easiest way? Cora Lite, run 1 report. Make sure that report has a link to your website, and then upload that 1 report to all 25 of your clouds. Done. 25 links. If you want to do stacks, the easiest way right now is if you want to do stacks, then probably Mega Cloud Stacker would be the easiest way. You can use the default templates that are in Mega Cloud Stacker, or give it some and kind of make your pages look a little nice, and then interlink. It interlinks for you, and you know, that builds that stack. Yax does it now. There's a diagram in there, but again, I personally am not spending enough time in Yax to say one way or another if it's easier. I can tell you that the staff over at the big agency, I got them a Yax account when it first came available, and they don't like it. They prefer to do their stuff manually. which is kind of telling. But if you're doing the stacks, I mean, it's not really that hard to do a stack, right? You can do a stack with the cloud with the Core Light report. All you got to do is upload it to S3, and then get your URL, go into HTML and change the link or add a link to the S3, put that in your cloud, in your Google Cloud, take that HTML and get the Google Cloud link, replace the S3 link with the Google Cloud link, and put it in Azure stack. Right? But the 25 cloud links, 25 links, 25 referring domains, you don't have to stack them. Just put them all in their own. Amazon, you can have you have the different regions. So each region gives you a unique URL, which is essentially in a unique subdomain in S3. So that's a referring URL. You can do 10 there. You can do the cloud, Google Cloud, Azure, and the rest of those 10 that I showed you in Neo, for example. And there's your 25. You can get 25 really easy. And you can use the same piece of content. You're doing link building. So use your Core Light report, or download whatever HTML tool you're using. One of the things I like doing with tools is downloading the reports and using those for link building. So you do an SEMrush PDF export, go in there and use a tool like a Adobe Reader and add your backlink to the PDF, and then upload your PDF, and there's PDF links, and you're already paying for SEMrush, you're already paying for these cloud things, so combine them, right? I go out and do an ass ton of outreach right off the bat, when you can build these things that you're already using anyway to build some backlinks. Let's see. But I'll talk more about that when I get to the off page, the link building course. Again, just to set expectations. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of ways to build links. I am not going to give you, this is how I build links and it'll rank for you. Ta-da! It doesn't work that way. You guys have all been around me long enough to know everything is subjective to your domain and your keywords and all that stuff, right? So I will give you a whole bunch of things. I'll give you some of my thought process of how I come up with building link diagrams, and when I want to use tools, when I don't, and all that madness. And then you go out and do it. That's pretty much how I handle things. And I'll show you I use some of the tools, like if I pay for subscriptions and stuff, and you can leverage that stuff, build backlinks out of it. Let's see. Can you recommend any service that is doing this for a fair price? We're not outsourcing any of it. Like, I have VAs, pay my VAs $500 to $700 a month. So they do it. There is, at the end of the day, once you have, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my rank gear guy. He's got Human Writer. He owns Human Writer. And I'm trying to get him to add a feature so that you add your accounts to Human Writer and you can use the tool like you normally would, right? And then I want him to add a feature where if I have a Core report, I already have my accounts in Human Writer. Let me give Human Writer my Core report, build my diagram, and then go do your thing with my Core report. I think that would be dope. But the problem, Tor, of buying a service is that it's not in any of your cloud accounts. So you can buy the service, they'll give it to you, and then a couple months later, they just delete your buckets, right? They delete the buckets they made for that service. So I would be hesitant to go, hey, go buy a service to do this. Now, if you just don't care and you're okay with fast turnaround link decay and want to make that risk, I would just go to Legit and find some people that are doing that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's providers on there that just keep it going, but there are limits to the amount of buckets you can have in an account and all that stuff. So that's where I would think that those guys would have to deal with that. It's not unheard of to just ask for an increase in bucket allowances, right? Especially Amazon, but it could be there. Vinay, what? You're not going to make your course academic and complicated? I was thinking about Vinay just for you. I'd sell the Vinay version where I would go and look up the most obtuse, complicated way to say things. Ooh, let's do it. Oh, that'd be fun. Let's do it, Vinay. We're going to do it. Using scholarly language. Using scholarly language and academic terms. Describe. Gee, I can't take link building. Let's see what happens. Acquiring hyperlinks from other websites to one's own website. Hyperlink is usually a way for users to navigate the internet. Search engine not multidisciplinary field underlying the premise of link building, PageRank algorithms, mathematical algorithms, founders, link building approach can be various strategies, including what effect does link building have on large language models? No, sorry, Vinay, I can't get entirely super nerd. Apparently, don't use big words. Yeah, sorry. I know I have to make up my own big words if I want to do that for you today, but I'll consider a Vinay version. All right. Hey guys and gals, thank you for coming again. Apologize for the hour late thing, but money is I'll have to settle for peasant terms. Hopefully you guys got a little bit out of that looking at the SEO Neo thing. SIA members had me. I tested all of the nodes, the Web 2s and social bookmark. I tested all those in SIA. I will do that again for the Neo folks. For Neo, I will publish those on YouTube. I'm really good friends with Elias, and I'm exporting those dudes. So I'll test. I will do the test and then publish the test on the YouTube channel so you guys get to see those. Significant links video is, you got to do that. I got to renew my passport. Thank you guys for reminding me of that. And with that, I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you out there. Don't forget Discord. It's free. We got a public version and we have the SIA version. They're both on the same channel. You join the public one. You want to join SIA later, knock yourselves out. We give you access to both things, but our Discord is free. Come join the community. Come check us out. Come say hi. Come ask your damn questions. I like answering questions. I like helping people out. And